Hello, my name is Mandy podcasting from Edmonds, Washington. I am a psychic intuitive, author, and spiritual teacher. Be sure to check out my website, www.spiritualwellbeing.net, for updates on the classes I am teaching in Seattle and Bellevue, Washington this summer, as well as my debut on the Dr. Pat radio show on Wednesday, May 15th from 11 to 12 noon on channel 1150 AM. Today's topic is affirmative prayer or declarations of intent. There are many types of prayer available to us, like the supplication prayer. The supplication prayer is when we ask God for something. For instance, in a supplication prayer, one might say, "Dear God, I'm really having a hard time today. Please heal me and make me feel well-being again. Please bless me and fill me with your grace. Thank you. Amen." That is a supplication prayer. You were asking God for something: healing, grace, and well-being. The method of prayer I will be discussing today is the affirmative prayer, or declarations of intent. An example of an affirmative prayer could be, "Divine love is adjusting all the details of my life, and all is well." Or, "Divine love is directing all the steps of my life, and I am grateful." In these prayers, you are telling God what has already done for you, even before He has done it. You are expressing faith that it will be done and are thanking Him. The advantage of affirmative prayer or declarations of intent are that you tend to feel relieved after saying them. You have more faith that what you declared will be done. It feels like a done job, and you start feeling grateful right away. I know that when I am feeling down, depressed, or stressed, my first remedy is to go right to Catherine Ponder's book, The Dynamic Laws of Prosperity, and go through every affirmative prayer I can find in it. I promise you that when I say her prayer statements, I start to feel like myself again. I feel great in my heart, body, mind, and spirit. My confidence goes sky high. My faith jumps up really high. My mood improves, and I start my day over again with a self-esteem boost and an emotional high. When I say these affirmative prayers, I start to believe everything I am stating, and there is the key. With a supplication prayer, you usually feel hopeful. With declarations of intent, you actually believe that what you are saying is happening. I'm going to read from my book, Golden Nuggets, Your Guide to Practical Spirituality, in the chapter called Declarations of Intent now. First, the quote by Louise Hay. Louise Hay, who just recently passed away at the age of 90, was a motivational author, metaphysician, a religious science practitioner, a healer, and the founder of the Hay House Publishing Company, specializing in books on mind, body, and spirit. Her quote is, "Every thought we think is creating our future." Here is an excerpt from Golden Nuggets, Your Guide to Practical Spirituality. Affirmations can be crucial when we are engaging in personal and spiritual growth. The way you speak can be considered an ongoing affirmation, a declaration of intent. We need to change our thinking habits in order to change our lives. Saying the right positive declarations rewires the brain, shaking loose the negative statements, beliefs, and feelings it held in the past. In order to create positive changes in ourselves, we must retrain our brains. One of the most important spiritual practices is to affirm what you intend to become. Transformational speaker Lisa Nichols says, "You are the designer of your destiny. You are the author of your story." Speak well of yourself and thank God for helping you become it. I never really loved myself until years ago. I was very hard on myself, judged my mistakes very harshly, became easily ashamed, and had low self-esteem. Once I learned about the positive effect of affirmations, I decided to grow and tried declarations of intent with vigor. I could not say them aloud at first. It felt too silly. Instead, I wrote them down hundreds of times while saying them in my head. I'd write, "I love myself. I am awesome. I accept myself. I am wonderful." I did this hundreds of times while watching TV or sitting in the living room with my family. I was determined. Finally, I gathered the courage to say them in my car on the way to work. Wow, that had a magnificent effect on me. I'd say with enthusiasm, "I am confident. I am charming, amazing, and wonderful. I am competent. I am capable. I am enthusiastic. I am dynamic. I am an excellent speaker. I am articulate. I am intelligent." What a difference these daily voicings made in my life, especially in my teaching demeanor. I became more energetic, well-spoken, happier, more engaged, and more effective. My confidence grew, and my voice became more influential. After just a few days, I started believing the very things I was declaring. My self-esteem grew, and I became creative with the declarations, making up new ones on the spot. I began to feel great on the inside, where it counts the most. It all came through me, through my inner self. I thank God in my declarations for this transformation. You can view declarations of intent or spoken beliefs and desires as tools to update your old beliefs. When you are stuck on a damaging belief, like the one that says you're not good enough or that you're not lovable, we tend to attract situations that prove us right. One way to break that pattern is to realign your beliefs, thoughts, and actions by speaking intentions and desires that correct our beliefs about ourselves, that say we are lovable, we are good enough, and we are wonderful. Declarations are most effective when you feel the essence of truth within each one. You rewire your brain and body cells to introduce happier, more powerful thought streams as opposed to the negative streams that keep our blessings at bay and keep us stuck in old patterns. I believe that our thinking can create grooves, patterns that automatically direct us to the same beliefs over and over again. When you make effective declarations repeatedly, you can create new grooves that encourage new and more positive thoughts. Your cells will respond to the affirmations and change along with the new beliefs. There is a right way to make up affirmations. First, make them about the things you want to bring into your life. Second, keep them simple. Third, start each affirmation with the words, "I am." Some good examples are, I am confident. I am capable. I am lovable. I am healthy. I am beautiful. I am smart and intelligent. The universe responds to these new words, new thoughts, and new feelings. I lived with my ex-husband and our 22-year-old son. The house was actually my ex-husband's house, but we have shared it since 2007. A few years ago, I felt that the home my ex-husband and I lived in was lovely, but not in good condition. The inside needed to be painted, and we needed a new laundry room and vertical blinds in the living room. I pined for these things for years. The problem was, it wasn't my house, so the one who had to want it was my ex-husband, and he didn't. He felt that it was too much money and just didn't need to be done. I decided to affirm what I wanted in general terms by repeating to myself, I live in a clean and elegant home. Much to my surprise, one day he said to me, we need a new laundry room. I'll call some people and schedule it. I was shocked and appreciative. A few weeks later he said, I think we should paint the walls upstairs. They could really use it. And that got done. Then he complained that the hot, direct sunlight came brightly through our living room window and decided it was time to get blinds. So he did. Then as a final surprise, he said, why don't we have air conditioning installed? Now that was a miracle for me. I do not like the house to be warm or hot. I had long requested all of these things, but the answer was always no. He was coming up with ideas now as if he hadn't been mentioned before. All after I had repeated to myself over and over, I live in a clean and elegant home. The universe does respond to the vibrations that we emit. Negative statements are affirmations as well. When you say, I'll never get this right, or I hate this job, the universe responds to those statements with more of the same vibrations. Whatever you say and feel, good or bad, will bring forth similar results. It's important to keep your self-talk and conversations positive, uplifting, and advantageous. You'll get what you have been focusing on with your words, feelings, and thoughts. Be sure to say what it is that you want and avoid complaints or depressing streams of thought. When I stated these new beliefs about myself, I was changing me from the inside. I was becoming a new individual. I was creating me the way I wanted to be, and I saw myself becoming according to the vision I held about myself. I used words like confident, successful, empowered, strong, healthy, wise, intelligent, loving, compassionate, forgiving, and capable. Hold a clear vision for yourself and say declarations out loud. Make them into a real experience and have fun with them. It changed my life. As Oprah says, the greatest discovery of all time is that a person can change his future by merely changing his attitude. That was an excerpt from Chapter 4 in my book Golden Nuggets, sold on Amazon.com. Earlier, I mentioned Catherine Ponder. Catherine Ponder is at this time 92 years old and has been a staple in the New Thought movement. She founded the Unity Church Worldwide organization, has written over a dozen books, and champions affirmative prayer for all problem solving. Catherine Ponder is one of my heroes. Her books have transformed me and my life for the best. I make it part of my routine, my spiritual work, to go through her books and say the affirmative prayers, improving my mind, my body, my mood, and my day. My whole life, really. I have here a compilation of affirmative prayer remedies for several of life's problems, and I am going to read them to you now by category. And for the record, I did contact Catherine Ponder to obtain her permission to use her prayers in this podcast. For more success in life, you might declare these prayers from Catherine Ponder's book, The Dynamic Laws of Prosperity. And let's not forget, prosperity is often used as a money word, but in truth, it means health, wealth, success, and opportunity. It implies a life of happiness, well-being, and wholeness. Here are some fabulous prayers from success in Catherine's book. Dear God, I desire the highest and best in life, and I now draw the highest and best to me. I am the rich child of a loving Father. I now accept and claim His rich good for me in every phase of my life. My own God-given success in the form of rich ideas and rich results now appears. Divine love, expressing through me, draws to me all that is needed to make me happy and my life complete. Divine intelligence is in charge of my life. I am now open, receptive, and obedient to its rich instruction and guidance. I love the highest and best in all people, and I now draw the highest and best people to me. Or you could change the word people to something else, like, and I now draw the highest and best clients to me. Or I now draw the highest and best spouse to me. Or I now draw the highest and best doctor to me. For difficult situations, you might declare, this situation does not dismay me, for God, the very Spirit of love and wisdom, is with me to uphold and sustain me and make all things right. I trust everything in my life to the tender care of the Father, because I know His will for me is health, happiness, prosperity, spiritual unfoldment, and all that is good. Nothing but good can come into my life, for God is in charge. I am now experiencing perfect health, abundant prosperity, and complete and utter happiness. This is true because the world is full of charming people who now lovingly help me in every way. I have now come into the innumerable company of angels. I am now living a delightful, interesting, and satisfying life of the most widely useful kind. Because of my own increased health, wealth, and happiness, I am now able to help others live a delightful, interesting, and satisfying life of the most widely useful kind. My good, our good, is universal. I have faith that this too shall pass. For finances, you might pray, all financial doors are open, all financial channels are free, and endless bounty now comes to me. I give thanks that I am now rich, well, and happy, and that my financial affairs are in divine order. Every day, in every way, I am growing richer and richer. And don't forget to end with, this or something better, Father, let thy unlimited goodwill be done. For work and career, you could state, my own right and perfect work awaits me this day. I demonstrate my right work now. I am now open and receptive to the rich divine ideas that now perfectly inaugurate and sustain my business affairs. Nothing can defeat me. I give thanks for the perfect, immediate, right results. I rejoice that I am now successful in all my ways. My yoke is easy and my burden is light. My accomplishments are many. I am divinely equipped to accomplish great things with ease. I am now shown new ways of living and new methods of work. I am not confined to the ways and methods of the past. I experience my perfect work in the perfect way, which now renders me satisfaction and perfect pay. If you need more love in your life, you might try these prayers. With God's help, I am now deliberately and joyously radiating divine love to myself, my world, and all mankind. Let divine love be made alive in me now. I live by the law of love, and love shall be victorious. God loves me. God is guiding me. God is showing me the way. I am greatly loved by God and man. For indebtedness, I give thanks for the immediate, complete payment of all financial obligations. I have faith that with God's help, all obligations are being immediately paid in full. There is a divine solution to this situation. The divine solution is the sublime solution. I give thanks that the divine solution appears now. I dissolve in my own mind and in the mind of all others any idea that my God-given good can be withheld from me. Those financial blessings that are mine by divine right now come to me in abundance, and I joyously accept them. And for health, I give thanks that I am the ever-renewing, ever-unfolding expression of life, health, and energy. I am the radiant child of God. My mind, body, and affairs now express His radiant perfection. Catherine Ponder promotes that unforgiveness is one possible cause of illness and wrote these prayers in her book, The Dynamic Laws of Healing. All that has offended me, I forgive. Whatever has made me bitter, resentful, unhappy, I forgive. Within and without, I forgive. Things past, things present, things future, I forgive. I forgive everything and everybody that can possibly need forgiveness in my past and present. I forgive positively everyone. I am free, and they are free too. All things are cleared up between us, now and forever. So, in Catherine Ponder's books, there really are affirmative prayers for every condition. These were just a sampling from her books. Well then, this brings my podcast about affirmative prayer and declarations of intent to a close. I am Mandy Arwen, a psychic intuitive, author, and spiritual teacher. If you would like to schedule a session with me, you can call 425-245-7267. That's 425-245-7267. Or you can email me at spiritualwellbeing@aol.com. That's spiritualwellbeing@aol.com. If you would like to purchase your own copy of Golden Nuggets, Your Guide to Practical Spirituality, you can do so on Amazon.com, BarnesandNoble.com, BalboaPress.com, or in Seattle at the East West Bookshop. Please check out my website for a description of my readings, prices, and much, much more. My website is www.spiritualwellbeing.net. That's www.spiritualwellbeing.net. This is Mandy Arwen, signing off from Edmonds, Washington. Blessings to all, and have a fabulous day.